Hey folks, Paul here. It's mid-October and we're now in mid-fall. Fall is most simply the transition from summer to winter. I define winter as, defined by the bass, is when water temperatures get down around the 50-degree Fahrenheit mark. Fall is the slide toward that mark. Mid-fall I define as when our waters are unable to take on heat due to the seasonal loss of sunlight. By now, the accumulating effects of sun loss, both its angle and duration, has been having its effect, bleeding heat from my waters and bringing on the dieback of aquatic vegetation. Planktonic algal blooms are common at this time, and they can greatly reduce water clarity, shading aquatic plants even further. The result, weed beds die back, collapse, and begin to decompose. And you'll often see this dingy organic soup rolling up in the water column. Although photoperiod and sun angle are the ultimate causes for the transition, the slide towards winter often tends to come in fits and starts. And cold fronts play a major role in getting us there. It just so happens that we had our first snowfall of the year, and it sucked about 5 degrees of heat from the small, generally shallow waters that I fish. The ability of water bodies to reheat now, a potentially great spark for fish activity, is simply draining away with the sun. And now in mid-October here, the sun is too low in the sky and the days too short to reheat the water. Even on those bright Indian summer days, we often get this time of year. The slide to winter is palpable now, especially on those chilly early mornings that tend to come with those Indian summer days. On some of those mornings, the surface will actually be cooler than the water beneath it. There's one thing that you should keep track of at this time of year that can sometimes pan out in your fishing, and that's the fact that warmer water is less dense than colder water, meaning warm water floats. At this time of year, sun-warmed water tends to be only skin deep on the surface. It just can't penetrate any deeper. But breezes, even mild breezes, will push that warm surface water against downwind banks, and that warm water can stack up there. If there's good habitat for bass and their prey at these areas, activity levels may rise and can spark some fishing. Just something to be aware of and look out for. This is a more consistent scenario in the spring, it seems, but it's possible in the fall too. Okay, so on this particular mid-fall outing we're about to drop in on, morning surface temperatures were in the mid-50s, and by late afternoon, under mostly bright Indian summer skies, the surface rose into the upper 50s, and that's the surface skin. But breeze-stacked waters hit 60 degrees in one corner of the pond. Unfortunately, that didn't pan out for the fishing. It was only occupied by smalls at the time, and I ended up checking it out, but passing on it. All right, that's pretty much a scoop, or a good chunk of it. Let's hit the water in mid-fall. That looks like fun. Guy gonna bomb around in his biplane. I'm gonna have some fun too. It is middle October, and we had our first snow. We've had a few cold fronts, and temperatures have been dropping away. The slow bleed is now going to kick into high gear probably if these weather patterns continue. Snows are what really knock it down, those real cold fronts. It's hard to cool water off. But it's happening. We lost about 5 degrees in the past week because of this front. My water temperature is in the low to mid 50s. That should still be warm enough for bass to be chasing. So I'm going to start as I would when I'm expecting aggressive fish with a crankbait. I'm just going to fish a crankbait. I'll probably fish on the slow side, a lot of pauses, let them know they can catch it, and just see if they're happy to do that. All right, let's see what we got. And I'm gonna fish this baby slow.
The accelerations are still important. They love those. Those are the triggers. Bass have an advantage in the straight line and an acceleration on those bluegills. Bluegills have the advantage in turning ability. If the speed is slow enough, bluegills can turn, out-turn a bass. But if the bass can get close enough and get that prey fish to bolt in front of it, it gives the bass an opportunity for an overrun strike by accelerating and just engulfing it. Bass are very careful, mature bass are very careful about the energy they expend to kill something. One of the things they look for is to get close enough to a prey fish, to spook it, have it not notice, and have it bolt right in front of them at a pace that it isn't able to turn very well. And that gives the bass a chance to overrun it from behind. It sort of takes the maneuverability of the sunfish out of the picture. But the pauses allow them to know they can catch it. So if they're at all sluggish, I'm not going to burn it away from them. Often in the fall, you need to burn things. They need speed. They like speed. That's the way it was last week. They really wanted that tandem just ripped and bulged. There's another one. Same spot, in fact. Whoa, that's a strong fish. But with this water temperature drop, I'm gonna be careful. This is a slow rising crankbait. It allows me to fish it slowly, and it'll stay down at a slower retrieve. It won't float up so quickly. Oh, I got hit. Little guy, right, completely on the pause. I was just sitting there. Teeny guy. Pretty thing. He struck while the lure was just hanging absolutely still in the water. I'll often speed test little fish. If I know there's a pod of little fish, they're the easiest thing to find, juveniles. I'll speed test them. I will see, and I often do that like when I'm jerk baiting or something, to get an assessment of their willingness to chase, how aggressive they are. You'll see it, they'll want to chase. It's like you go slow down, nothing's happening. You speed up and all of a sudden you're getting chased. And that tells me that I need to pick up my speed. But that one took on a dead plug, so we'll just see what we get here. Okay, what do I got for clarity here? Yeah, 3 feet I'm going to give it. Oh, there's another fish with a dead plug. That's a good one too. That was a completely dead plug. That might be telling me something. 2 fish on a dead plug. Oh, get your head down. One hook, man. Just one hook. I think. Oh, good. We got 2 hooks there. Nice. All right, honey. All right. Oof. Okay, we're gonna start like that. There we go. Holy moly, you've got a little head on you. Look at that. You've got a tiny little head and mouth. That is a great growing rate, I think. Boy, you are hooked. I'm gonna have to get the pliers on this guy. See if I can talk about unhooking, man. This is a tough one. You pick one, and you want to get them out the way they came in, like that. It's the way it goes in. There, it was easy. It always is easy. All right, spin around, get some sun on this baby. That's a good fish. And look at that belly. He's been feeding. Look at that little mouth. That's a mouth of a 14 or 15 incher. Let's give him some oxygen here. Water's nice and cool. He's in great shape. All right, beautiful fish, nice condition. Some of that's gonads, but a lot of it's food. So, oh, you're a pretty fish. All right, honey. There you go. Yeehaw! On a dead plug again. I think they're on the chilly side. An indication they might take topwaters would be a strike at splashdown, which is not an uncommon thing. A bit less common when the water's cool, like this. The fish just aren't quite as fast. They're not as quick to come to your bait. Still curious, just takes them a little longer to get there. And I'm not waiting for him. There's one. That one I hit on the retrieve. Initial descent. What do we got for hooks here, baby? I don't know, but another decent fish. It's like a single hook. Come on in, baby. Bingo. That's another pretty fish. And body condition is good. Yep. Boy, you are real firm and muscular. That is just great. Oh yeah. Pretty thing. Okay. There you go, babe. Crankbaits, it is. Gotta love it. I just moved the bluegill. I'm in dishpan water out there, but I'm on the edge of, there's one, clumps of dead stuff. Thwack. Hanging out under those bluegills, were you? Oh, you're a fat one too, man. These fish are gonna grow, baby. Oh, don't get under my boat. Oh, you're a good fish, man. Oh, you engulfed that thing too. All right, am I gonna get you? Rumph. Oh, jeez. Look at that. You are in there. All right, we're gonna do this differently here. Look at the size of this fish. Okay, that's a big bass. And a tiny little mouth. I think I'm in a good body of water right now. Okay, let's, not in the gullet. Oh boy, you took that deep, you did, honey. All right. Oh yeah, you're a pretty fish, man. You are a pretty fish. Yep, look at that. Beautiful. And look how little that mouth is. That is the mouth of a 15 incher. Maybe 16, 15. And the rest of you is chunky as can be. Very nice. Very nice. All right. So these fish have grown. These fish are growing. And that's a great sign. Holy moly. We're on a fall crankbait bite. Okay, this is a flat here that's like 5-6 feet deep. There's a trench here that's like, well, it becomes a little bit deeper over there, 7 feet up against the bank. And I've got a hump out here that's only about 3 feet deep. I got one to the left of the hump. Initial descent. I'm just going to torque reel him. He's not small. Oh yeah, another good one. Boy, that's it. These guys grow this summer. Jeez. Whoa. Whoa. You gonna take me for a ride, are you? Single hook. I think I got a single hook in. Oh yeah, another good fish. Okay. Bang. Another small mouthed, largemouth. All right, give me a little slack. For one thing, getting hooks out, you need a little bit of slack. No tension. And then it comes out the way it went in and it just slips right out. Oh yeah, another beauty. Yeah, they're just gorgeous. Little mouths on them, just little mouths. 15, 16-inch mouths and 17, 18-inch bodies, frame length. And they got food in them. You've come out of this summer beautifully. All right, honey. Oh yeah. You're a beaut. Awesome. There's one. Oh, so that was on a long pause. Once again, there he is. Not a big fish, but rather lively. Very different fish from the other ones I was catching. Whoa. All right, on the thin side. Okay, that is another good sign. That was 2 strikes on a very slow throw, or on pauses, and a very slow retrieve. Everything. Okay, don't forget your pauses. Let's catch some fish now. There's one. Right on the pause. Did you see that? It's another good fish. Whoa! Don't go under my boat. Yeah, did you see that? Right on the pause. All right, come on in here, Mama. Pow. Okay, we'll start with one hook here. Look at that tiny mouth. My gosh. There we go. Now look how little that mouth is. Look at that. That is the mouth of a 12-inch bass. This is a 16-plus inch bass. That bodes well for the coming years. Okay, honey. Away you go. You can. Look at that, on the long pause again. Okay, I'm into something. Hi, little guy. Oh, don't go under my boat.